It's broken.
I don't know what happened there, but it broke.
Oh no, my cat. It's broken. My pussy. It's broken.
Just
Same.
a little. Just a little. How's everybody doing? Good.
Pasta.
Everybody good?
I'm
Pasta
doing
woke up.
good.
Look, she woke up.
Pasta!
Wake me up! Wake me up inside!
Welcome to Back
Wake
with the
up.
Mistwalkers. It's section 111. Our first sponsor for the night is Canadian Dice. You can go to canadiandice.ca, use the code THEVECTER, all one word at checkout, for 15% off of your order. Maggie, what's your dice pick of the week?
Yes.
That's
Scottish Waterfall.
No. But close.
Damn.
It's
Scottish
actually English
waterfall?
It's
When you-
English geyser.
close.
Yes.
Scottish waterfall. What in the Irish Spring soap is that?
It is Irish
That's
Spring.
exactly what it
That's
is.
what it is.
That's what the
It
dice
is.
is.
Oh.
It's white and green with gold lettering, and it brings the memories of a
I was gonna
spring in
say, don't
Ireland,
start
or just like
calling,
taking a shower.
I'm gonna say, don't start calling Scottish Irish. You will get into a fight.
Yes.
As like 80% Scottish Irish? Yes, I'm aware. Thank you for interrupting the ad read.
He's internal struggle is there's two wolves inside of her. One's one Irish.
One's drunk, one's wearing a dress. It's just not fun.
That's right, bitch. Lick my shillelagh.
That sounds like Oktoberfest.
Uncle Mark's
German.
Adirondack Grill. in October in the summer instead of in September, you know?
But
Anyway, I'll quiet
that's-
down now.
that's the dice pick. It's Irish Spring
Yeah, not Scottish Waterfall.
or English geyser. It's Irish Spring.
Yeah. Welsh Pond. We'll just keep going.
What other sponsors do we have? Wait, you didn't say use the code. Tell them about the code.
I
it's my
did.
favorite
I
part of
did.
this
I
thing.
said the whole thing and then threw it
I
over to
don't
you for your
remember it.
dice pick. And then we went off on a fucking tangent.
I don't remember it. Can you do it again?
15% off of your order at checkout using the Vectair, all one word, at canadiandice.ca.
Okay, thank you. I needed that.
You're welcome. Can I go now? Should I just leave? Okay.
No, do it again.
All over. Take it from the top. We gotta take it up.
It's the rule of three in comedy. The rule of three.
Three marker.
No, I don't want to.
Someone drop an anvil.
We're partnered as well with Monument Studios. They have over 5,000 content creator, royalty-free music that you can use for your home or streamed games. It's not just music, it's also Foley, so if you love to rock a fart sound like I do, you can find one.
Where is it, Effie?
I haven't found it yet, because there's 5,000 of them. Give me a break. Thank you.
Bobby.
It's right there.
That's not theirs, though. That's just
I
the
know.
default
but
fart
still.
sound.
It was supposed to be a joke. Anyway.
I know.
Sorry.
Check them out on Instagram at Monument Studios for updates on Fantasy Plus's release. It's their proprietary software that you can actually play all the music and sound and stuff on. See Sirenscape, but better.
Wow.
I said it and I meant it.
You said it in a really like. Ooh,
Oh my.
I got chills. It's I'm like Whoopi Goldberg playing a hyena. Do it again.
Check out our merch store over at tinyurl.com/vacmerch. We've got lots of designs over there like Half Orc Energy and the Vac Blob. You too could become part of the Vac Blob by simply being in a game with us. We tend to adopt strays. So, and by adopt, I mean absorb via osmosis. So
Not as many straights lately. No, more
said
straights lately than normal. Anyway.
strays, not straights.
I said what I said.
Okay. That's fair. We do adopt
been getting
straights as well.
We've been getting a lot of straights lately. Not bad. At least I
Okay.
assume. Maybe I shouldn't assume.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't exactly had that discussion with a lot of our new blob members of, hey,
It's a
what do you like
census.
diddling?
We gotta do a vac pack census.
A backpack census. No.
of sexual immoralities.
Yes, what kind of sins do you indulge in? Do you indulge or do you not? If so, what varieties?
Do you like
Please
this?
list
Yes or
your
no?
kinks.
Coveting thy neighbor's wife, I think, is a sin, right?
Diddling your neighbors?
What if it's consensual?
Oh, we assume everything is consensual.
It better be, otherwise then you're not allowed in the Voctair.
That is true.
My sin, disrespecting thy mother and father.
Too late.
Too late. I think we've all been guilty of that. Anyway, if you like our nonsense, I'm sorry, but you can find more nonsense on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts from. Yeah. Who wants to do the refresher from last session?
I did it last time.
To you guys. You get a drive out of it.
I don't think I took enough notes to do it, but let's see, we're trying to figure out our anchors. We talked to
Hiscosa.
Individually. Keli learned hers, Rosira learned hers, Athelstan learned his. Atlas
I
learned
didn't
his.
set my fruit hat on fire, even
You
though.
didn't
No, you were going to blow it up.
You didn't blow up the house. You didn't blow up the
Literally,
lighthouse.
Atlas made a nuclear bomb.
Surely nothing would have gone wrong if you set it on fire. Anything else?
Other than just recapping what everybody's lessons they need to learn are, which we're going to do by ourselves momentarily. I don't have anything else, but
Cedar, anything to add?
Sure. It appears. Well, we did ask Moria about. Well, Keli asked Moria about how a Dreadlord was able to leave his domain and how Aslan actually escaped and all that good stuff. And the book was allowed him to hold on to this knowledge because he was always going to be an issue. Don't blow up. Maybe don't blow that up. The space you inhabit is the size you need it to be, but never let it be too small. And then we have Breeze was interpreting the journals to understand more of themselves. Moria, Keli asked Moria if she knows of her son Xander. Talks of hearing his voice. Atlas was running up and down the stairs in
on all
panic.
fours. Yep.
Yeah, on all fours, yes. As is a bipedal's want to do. And there was a bit of a pet talk between him and Athelstan, doing the face squish, our trademark face squish. And Athelstan let them in with his Gosa when he asked his question.
Mm-hmm.
And took a bleed, but then we got rid of the bleed. But anyway, I did write down everybody's dealie, but I'm sure we'll cover that.
That's fair. So, with that knowledge and the ability to... Not the ability, sorry, that's the wrong word. With the knowledge that you have as Goska... Him, the seer.
Hiscosa!
Hiscosa.
You named him!
I did not! He was in the book!
I was gonna say, he exists.
He's in the book. He's in the book.
I love him.
Yes, he's referenced like
Does
3
he have,
sentences.
Last name too. It's like Hex something.
I don't know. It didn't have a last name in the book, unless it did, and then I'm just a liar. Either way, no, I did not name him. He's based off of a character that pre-exists in Darkon's lore.
Oh,
He
okay.
spent time
But he
in
has
the
like
dungeon.
3 sentences. Literally,
Latch onto those
he's
three
the seer,
sentences.
he's Vistani, he's been in the dungeon for forever.
And
That's
everybody
it.
likes my song Stones and Bones, so ask him just the one.
Viscosa Hexad. Thank you, Katie. Appreciate it.
Hey! I knew he had a sick-ass last name. Anyway.
Yes. Anyway. So you have access to the seer. You have access to a question a day, basically. As with all questions where magic is involved, wording is incredibly important. So be careful what you ask. You may not like the results, or you might, if you like a little chaos.
Or you might just be incredibly confused.
That's a Tuesday for you.
Or a Monday, as the case may be.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you've decided amongst yourselves that the lesson you need to learn needs to be learned, obviously. It's not so much just to know what the lesson is, it's to actually put it into practice and put it into your future, how you intend to live your life beyond the walls of the prison that you find yourself in. The morning comes after you've spent a little bit of an evening just percolating on whatever questions you may have asked the seer and trying to figure out where you go from here. Go ahead, Maggie.
Can I become the Dreadlord of the prison?
Would you like to?
Is there we haven't met the Dreadlord of this place yet. Technically,
Are
we
you
should
sure?
be, because it is a domain. Well, that's true.
Atlas goes and he has a question for Ahsoka.
Okay.
Hisgosa?
Hey Ahsoka, I have a question.
Hiscosa. Wow. Hizzy.
No.
Is he
I'm
in his
having a
house?
bad day, guys. My tongue just does not want to work.
Say it in like
Hiscosa.
Hisgosa.
Hiscosa.
Hey Ahsoka, remember how we were talking about like how there's a Dreadlord who's a sword in my universe the other day? In my realm?
Yes. What of it?
Who's the Dreadlord of this realm? That's my question for today.
He sort of looks taken aback and just blinks at you, kind of owlishly.
I was thinking about it while running up and down the stairs and being filled with dread.
Fitting that you would have a question about the Dreadlord while being filled with such a thing. Are you sure this is what you want to ask me?
Well, I think I figured out what I have to do besides that. So I thought, like, while my friends are figuring their stuff out, I might as well get in the extra questions, you know? And I figured, like, if I tried to ask something like, why do good things happen to bad people, or the inverse of that question, or, like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Like, some things are, like, better left unknown.
You could ask who your dad is and where you actually came from instead of it being an egg.
I could have came from an egg, but I'm not going to ask about that. I prefer to ask who's the Dreadlord of this realm.
I mean, technically, we all start as egg.
Cedar
Even
is
the
now in this prison plane. Sorry. Cedar the barefoot is
Cedar
here.
is the Dreadlord.
Cedar the barefoot skitters out of the room.
Oh, a
There's a
Gerblin.
wave of Gerblin children. Gerblin.
You... Okay. Is this the question you wish to ask me?
I feel like you're trying to make me not ask the question because it's going to do something bad.
I'm just curious why you don't just ask Moria.
Oh, what are you doing there? No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I
Ah,
should mute.
this- Well, I feel like if I ask Kososka, then they can tell me. Because they see all, but Moria might just think that somebody knows, that they think that, words are hard, they think that they know who the Dreadlord is, but maybe they actually don't. Like
Wait,
how
is-
I thought that Isolde was the Dreadlord, but it was actually the sword. That's what I'm afraid of.
Here, have
Is
some
Moria
tea.
not the Dreadlord? I thought that was.
Well, I thought the sword was just a sword for like my whole life. But it turns out it's a dread sword. Get it? Get it? Get it?
Get out.
Oh,
Upstairs,
Okay.
you hear Athelstan just cackle.
Are you sure this is the question you wish me to answer?
This is like the third time you're asking me. So like is this a bad idea? Like am I gonna break the game if I ask this? Am I gonna lose the game if I inquire on this question?
I don't know what game you're playing.
Okay, I'll tell you about it, Hisoka. So the first rule, hold
No,
on, I
I
have
don't
to
want to know.
Maggie, shut up.
Should I have my other friends ask their questions first, maybe, before I potentially unravel space and time?
Atlas.
I think I'm gonna do that. Hey guys, if you guys have any questions, maybe you should ask them first, because I think I'm about to make a mistake.
Just ask your question, Atlas.
No, because I think Hisoka's asked me 3 times if I'm sure Kili, which I think
You
means
haven't
that
given him a straight answer
You
yet.
haven't-
That's why he keeps asking. You need to say yes or no.
Oh, it's not that I'm making a wrong choice. Oh,
I mean,
so
you might be, but
I'm just being plagued by self-doubt, which is doing the opposite of what I need to do, which is be assertive right now, so I'm not learning my lesson.
Do you want me to hold your hand?
Okay.
I hold Atlas's hand.
Okay.
I also hold Kili's hand. Hey, Hisoka, I want to know who the Dreadlord of this realm is. Yes, that is my question for today. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to need to take that hand out of Kili's.
I just
I
put my hand on Atlas's shoulder instead.
He takes
accept
your
my
hands
hand.
and starts
Accept them.
rubbing. Now, yesterday, when everybody asked their questions, the seer had just kind of like rubbed his thumbs back and forth across your knuckles.
My knuckles.
This question seems to prompt him to start making circles. Just
He's
over,
gonna do the Konami code.
like, just over the middle knuckle
Mm-hmm.
on both hands. His eyes close, and he gets a little bit of a pained look on his face. His lips purse, and there's a bit of strain around his closed eyes, and his brow furrows. I am not from this domain, Atlas. The answers you seek are difficult to unravel within the weave of magic that is essentially unwoven here. The Dreadlord of this domain is not one you will ever see. They are not so much in the plane as part of it. And the part of them that is also their whole stuff. It's difficult. It's very existential. Without them, the domains would not exist. But the domains are the only reason they exist. It is a feedback loop. They are not so much person as they are a consciousness. You could
Are
call
you
them a
saying-
god if you wish, if that would help, but it does not completely envelop what they are not.
So like they don't have a name though.
Not one that has come to me, no.
Okay. I feel like I have more questions now. And more existentialism. Thank you, Hisoka. I'm gonna go run up and down the stairs now.
Okay.
What do
Hey
they?
guys. Guys, guess what? Guess what?
What?
Moira's not the Dreadlord.
Oh, good.
Because
it
Guess
seems
what
like
the
What do they call that? It cannot exist without that. A keystone?
taquitos are like the thing that we saw at the carnival. They're like little
No,
like
not
wraps. They're delicious and fried. I love those.
not that. The thing at the base of the house. If you remove it, the house falls down.
Cornerstone?
Cornerstone, keystone, different word for same thing.
Keto.
Sort of.
Surprise, the Domains of Dread is just a fad. Diet fad.
That tracks.
So like the Dreadlord here is the reason that all the domains exist. But we'll never know like they exist because like the person exists, but they also like are ever present but also not here and they don't have a name. And my head hurts.
It's just the meme of that Common Core math.
And they are a fundamental principle.
Oh yeah, I guess like they exist because we exist in this in all the realms, not just this realm, but like
That is
all
not
the
what I
realms?
said.
Well, I don't know what you said. I'm confused. Please clarify, Hisoka.
I can't. It's against the rules.
Okay,
So
what about this? You tell me if I'm saying it wrong.
so
You're
they're
saying
like
it's wrong.
they are like space and time. They are there, but
They're here but not here. And they have no name.
well,
Not what I said.
okay.
They're like a god but not a god. They're like more encompassing than that but less encompassing. They are an anomaly.
Athelstan like knocks on the door on the threshold. They're the fabric.
What?
The weave.
I can't hear you, Cedar.
The weave. How can you not hear me?
You were really quiet there for a second.
I don't understand. What? Ow.
That
And then you
hurt.
just completely peaked it.
They are the weave.
They are
the
God,
fabric.
They are God, but not. They are shadow of God.
They are what is made of this place. They are the reason this place is made of them. And they are, it's just existence. It is not a concept. There has to be something that the universe is made of, right? Sounds like they're the fabric.
I thought we were made out of mitochondrias.
Somewhat. But what are mitochondria made of?
The powerhouse of the cell.
Go run up
That's
and
just
down
what
the
they
stairs,
are. It's not what
Atlas.
they're made of.
That's the go touch grass, Atlas.
Okay, but you have to understand there was no standard curriculum at the carnival.
I am every day being reminded of that. And
I run up and I say this as I walk up and down the stairs. So yeah, anyways, I just thought you would want to know. Because I know I have to know this, and it's freaking me out. So I thought you guys would like to know this too.
it's like taste this. This tastes terrible. Taste this.
It reminds me of when the shaman always said existence is everything you see and don't see. And then he went on to explain that our existence encompasses all of the earth, which made me sad. Because it reminded me that the earth beneath our feet is nothing but worm shit.
Sometimes it's also made out of other things. Like
It's
maybe
normal to feel small when you're starting to become aware of how big everything is. It's like looking up at the stars and realizing what they are.
Did we already get that group hydrate?
I did
Yes.
point it out, yes. So if you
Yeah.
didn't do it, you did it wrong.
I hydrate again.
Hydrate or hydrate.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
I see we've had one existential crisis already this morning.
Yeah, Keelay's
Yeah.
just like sitting there watching Atlas go up and down the stairs.
I
It's your
think
guys' turn to have existential crises. I'm gonna go really quick to my room because it's almost as if there's a supernatural force that is having to go get a dog downstairs and they'll be back. So I'm gonna go in my
Ginger
room before I
is
continue going
Ginger
up and down
is the
stairs.
fabric. Ginger is the Dreadlord.
Yeah, surprise.
I
The
told you not.
the Dreadlord is Ginger.
Well, that's nothing new for Atlas. I think it's one existential crisis that just keeps going and going and evolving as it goes.
To be fair, he wasn't given the tools to learn how to deal with it. A lot of us weren't.
I was just told go hunt for tribe and kill things.
When things are down to their base survival, that makes sense. I can relate to you in that way. That's basically how I raised myself, or how I was raised. How I was encouraged to be. What about you, Breeze? How are you raised?
This music is really throwing me off.
Why is it so? Why is there someone gonna bust through the window any moment? Like,
It just seemed fitting when Razira started talking about hunting.
yeah.
Yeah, just me, parents, couple animals.
You had
Very
pets?
Mhm.
What kind of pets did you have?
lizards.
I don't know why. I pictured you more of like a bunny person, but lizards.
I mean, they were my parents' animals.
I was about to say your parents were lizards.
Yeah, I was going.
Yeah.
I got confused there for a
And they
second
were
as
my
well.
pets.
I was
It
raised by
reminds me of-
lizards.
It reminds me of the time I heard a lizard folk was raised by squirrels. I don't know
I've
how
seen
that worked.
meme.
Huh.
How are we feeling about our lessons?
Imagine much the same as you are.
Coming to terms.
I know what my lesson is now. Sort of.
What's that?
I at least asked Iscoso last night. While everyone was going to bed. And I don't think that any of you can really help me learn this lesson. I think it's one of those things that's kind of a internal thing.
Doesn't mean that you can't bounce ideas off of us.
I would agree with that assessment.
Which
I
one?
would say just don't bounce ideas off Atlas. They seem to not be helping much at the moment. Don't want to give them more things to worry about right now.
You're a good friend. He like looks pointedly at Keli. And then over at Hiskosa for saying what he did.
The tools that you all need to learn and apply your lessons are within your grasps. Every single one of you. You need not go it alone.
Rosero happens to look down at the freaking rifle she was cleaning unconsciously.
It's like, where'd that come? Where did this come from? Not. I know the lesson, I'm just not sure what I'm supposed to do with it.
You were supposed to learn
Talk it out.
He maintains eye contact with Hiskosa.
He does the same.
Not all love is the same. Some love will take more than it gives, some foundation, some repair, and some a beacon. The empiric love is the one to be wary
That don't
You've
sound
been-
like that.
of. You do
You-
sound like this.
You
You
were
sound
dating
exactly like that.
Mm-hmm.
You were dating a vampire.
No.
There are more than one type of vampire.
Oh. You never want to date a leech.
Precisely. The wisest words you have ever said, Rosira.
She
Or
wasn't
a lawyer.
leech. She's not a leech.
Isn't she?
She's not a leech, so she's a lawyer.
No.
Allow me to pose a question to you, Atlas. Or Athelstan. Sorry, all
We all
these
look at Atlas
fucking
running up
A
and down.
names.
Hey.
It was very distracting. It was in my line of sight for just a moment, and I just lost my train of thought. Allow me to pose a question to you, Athelstan.
Go ahead. He sits down. Legs way too long for this fucking chair.
Keely just
Pour
slides him a
himself a-
mug of coffee.
He pours an ungodly amount of sugar into it.
Is it not the nature of a plant to leach the minerals and water from the soil around it?
Are you saying that I was the earth? That I am the earth? It's different.
Plant cannot grow without something to grow it. Grow in.
Moss grows
Unless you
without
have weird
roots.
hydroponics going on with the free flowing roots. That's totally different.
Moss doesn't have roots. There are certain types of plants that don't require ground at all. In fact, it makes them rot.
In this particular instance.
She wasn't planted in me.
No, but she attracted you from the sounds of it.
What?
It just reminds me of the Rafflesia. A beautiful flower built on a field of corpses. And it smells like shit.
She's not like that. Doesn't
Okay,
smell
so
like
she
shit.
doesn't smell like shit, but it
No.
still sounds like a beautiful flower built on a field of corpses.
You don't. You never even met her. You don't know what you're talking about.
No, but there's a reason this is your lesson to learn. Unless you still have another girlfriend we haven't heard about, in which case I don't know.
He does not make eye contact with anybody.
Eli's just like holding her mug of coffee, like.
There are plants and animals and insects and molecules and bacterium that have more of symbiotic relationship with their hosts.
It's not a bad thing.
Not
Symbiotic
saying,
relationships
let
means that nothing is
me
harmed.
finish. Some of these relationships start off on equal footing. Other times, the parasite takes too much. And the host cannot survive.
I survived just fine.
Did you?
I was better.
After she left?
I was stronger.
Those would have come to you with or without her.
She kept me alive.
So does Kili. So does Breeze. So does Razira. So does Atlas. Whether it is a good berry or a resurrection spell, they also keep you alive. And they do not ask for anything in repayment.
I'm not saying that they didn't. That they don't. She didn't ask for anything.
Didn't she?
If she did, I would have given it.
I know. And she did ask. Maybe without words. But she still asked. She still took.
He starts rubbing at the base of his neck.
You are at the crossroads, Athelstan. When you leave here, and you will, it will not be alone, but it is up to you with whom you carry.
I don't carry her. She could walk on her own. She left.
Regardless if she can walk on her own or not, if she can walk on your back to make it from point A to point B, she would rather do that.
I would have borne her. She didn't do it. She was just being. And I was lucky enough to be there. To have her.
You are a sycophant and a zealot.
He's an addict.
You are an addict.
And there was that's something that I can agree with. There was something akin to withdrawal when she left. Because I'd never been without her before. Except for once. In that fucking mansion. Where this all started.
Sometimes we must learn to stand on our own 2 feet. Or 4 if you have them.
We stood. I stood. I have been standing. I can, and I always have. She was just beside me.
You have been standing, but your pants have been falling down around your ankles. You are 1 wrong step from falling on your face.
She cared about me.
I don't deny that she may have. But care about you and care about what you can do for her are 2 different things. You worshipped her like a god.
Of course. course, because that's what she was.
Was
That's what
she?
she is. Yes.
Was she a god in your eyes?
She had her own symbol in a temple. Of course, she was a god. She
So
was
does
just...
Xander, as I understand, and he is not a god.
I have my reservations about who Xander really is, but that's not who we're talking about right now, is it?
No, but the similarities are the same. Xander is not a god, nor is she.
Lots of false gods have large followings. Large followings that would destroy themselves if the leader asked. Mina once asked me to follow her.
I know. I was there. You remember?
I remember that. Bits and pieces.
You also met the cult in Velashan.
We didn't meet. She said that she told me she found people there.
More people with which to feed from than one person. These are difficult truths that you all must bear, and I know it is not easy, and I am not being kind in the way I am saying it, but they are truths that you have all borne for far too long. They are a reason you are imprisoned here and cannot leave. It is not just the dread lords that stay here, that remain here. You are easily able to traverse the mists, yes, but you still remain within the domains. You still remain within the prison. Many souls come here when a domain is created. You think it's just by happenstance that a population comes with their dreadlord?
Is
Every
this
soul.
part of the cycle?
Yes.
This
Endlessly.
is where we're recycled.
If you are within the domains, yes. The cycle will continue until you break it. And that goes for every soul that exists here. Why do you think the souls sometimes have recollections of their previous life?
Then why are you here?
I have my own lessons to learn. I told you it is not easy, and I know from experience that is why I am still here. You are on a crash course to get yourselves out of Brükensheer. If you wish to leave the domains as a whole, these are lessons you must learn and apply. And sometimes that can be the very root of ourselves is rotten and must be trimmed.
Hey.
You didn't follow her, did you, Breeze?
No.
Why not? You saw her.
I did.
You saw everything.
Power was very tempting.
Just because you see something does not mean it is worth following. There are many such spirits back in Chult. Many of great power, but few worth following. Many would see the world torn down around you before they even let one drop help it.
She was the reason I could do all the things that I could do. That had to come from somewhere.
It came from you.
You were
are
meant to be the vessel for your father. You think he would put himself in a non-magical body?
Athelstan, you are a warlock, yes?
I guess. I don't
I
know.
have met a few back in Schultz. One thing I have learned. They may be taught the power from whoever they may serve. But the power, even if they are abandoned, is still within them. It is like a spark of a fire. It may be ignited with nothing but a flint and tinder, but it is up to you to grow it. She may have helped tend it, but you are the one who grew it. And from what it sounds like, she is now siphoning the warmth to feed herself. Take of that what you will.
I thought that I would want her to be worshipped. I believed it.
Did you believe it?
I did.
Or did
I
she
thought
want
I
you to
did.
believe it?
I thought I did. But and I've never felt so empty.
Can't hear you, dude.
I've never felt so empty.
Well, holy crap. It sounds like you finally hit puberty.
Fuck you.
I believe that is what they call rock bottom.
But you know what that means now. Nowhere else but up. Well, unless you want to grab a shovel and keep digging.
So what am I
But I
supposed
think
to
it's
learn
time we
here?
fill
that,
in the hole.
that she never did?
No,
Or that I was just a stepping stone?
that is her lesson, not yours.
You might be able to help her learn her lesson someday.
Or
But
not.
right now you have to learn yours.
I'm trying. It appears that my lesson is very tied up with her.
Actually, it seems like it's the opposite.
Extricating myself from her.
Not necessarily.
Learning to stand on your own 2 feet. With or without her.
Not exactly. There are
Well,
4 other people and myself in this room right now. Well, 4 people and one going up and down the stairs a bunch.
they're in the room. They're out of the room. They're back in the
Who
room again.
have loved you in their own ways. In different ways.
I know.
Sisterly, motherly, brotherly. As a friend, a possible lover. And they have not asked or demanded or expected to walk on your back to get from point A to point B.
Or at least asked first.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Do you have a question to ask me?
Not right now. Not right now. I
Okay.
don't know.
Think on it.
Remember the tree? Do you remember me telling you about wanting that for myself sometime?
I remember.
The tree. Fuck, how can I help somebody else here? I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Well, then you're in the same boat as the rest of us. Except Atlas. I think they're in their own boat, otherwise they'd be tipping over by now.
Real love doesn't come with a price tag. Something I struggled with for my entire life.
And yet you keep living like you have to be of value in order to deserve it.
I'm still here with the rest of you, so obviously I have lessons to learn as well.
Well, yeah. One of the first things you said to me when you relearned how to talk was, I go where you go.
That's better than my first words.
Do I want to know?
No, you have to tell us. Atlas, we're about to hear what Razira's first words were.
Whoa. I'm gonna come down and be present for this.
But just
I'm
your
eating
forehead.
soup. I'm eating soup off camera, Maggie says, as they retreat behind Atlas.
Okay.
I'm eating soup and there's a dog staring at me.
Oh
But I'm gonna
no.
listen now. I'm choking on the soup.
Oh, buddy.
If I remember right, I think my first words were Roopgap.
What's that
What
mean?
does that mean?
Which means
Snake's ass.
Oh, there you go.
Seems fitting.
I was face to face with what you call them, the leopard with the snake for a tail. I can't remember the name off the top head.
a manticore.
No. I'm actually trying to remember the
I
name
know
of
what
this
you're
thing.
talking about, but I don't remember what that monster's called either. And I don't think Eli would know.
No idea. So you were face to face with something that had a snake for an ass?
Yes, it's
Sounds dangerous.
Regardless of the snake's ass or not. Who's next? Crash bang boom.
Maria? Everything okay?
God damn it!
God damn it, shit and fuck.
Yes? How did you get here?
Fuck cares that
been-
poutine here really sucks!
She's been eating Des the whole time.
Wouldn't that be a trip?
Roll for initiative.
Flaps says a chimera. Is that what you're referring to, Rosita?
No, it's
Sounds about right, but anyway.
Or Ferret says a Kamadan.
Anyway.
Either way. If nobody else has any questions, I will see myself out so you may discuss your lessons.
Does old guy have a question? How's your day going?
You know, not enough people ask me that, Atlas. It's basically just Athelstan and you.
Does that mean it's not going good then?
No, he's surrounded by idiots.
That is
Oh,
true.
well, I'm one of those, but I still think it's good to ask how people's days are.
So am I.
That's because you have kindness.
Kindness is not the same as niceness. I've been told that.
That is
Yes.
true. You can be kind
Very
and not
true.
nice.
And you can be nice
Yeah,
but not
but
kind.
how's your day going?
My day is fine, Atlas, thank you. I'm sorry to have given you
Okay.
an existential crisis the first thing in the morning.
No, I asked for it though, and you made sure that I was consenting, so it's okay.
Consent is important.
I'll
Yes,
talk to you
and so are
later,
existential crises.
because I'm not sure what kind of questions I should be asked and what kind of question I should ask, but I'm sure you can help me get there.
Perhaps.
Ginger, this is lips.
You know, I came down here fully intending to ask what happened to her when she left.
yeah, the Kamadan. For some reason, I couldn't find the name of it.
All good. And is that the question you still wish to ask?
No.
Hi, Gungo Bungo.
Oh my goodness, it's Dinder.
Hi, Gingy.
It's Dinder. Hello, Dinder.
That's a good doggo.
Oh, Dinder.
It's good that you don't want to ask after her.
Well, you already said that she's found her own.
It is not easy.
No. I'm sure.
Breeze, Kile, Rosira, do you have a question to ask me?
No,
Not
you already
yet.
told me my lesson. I just have to actually learn it.
Do you want to talk about it? We seem to be doing that today.
I just have to come to terms with the fact that I am most likely never going home.
Is that true?
That is not exactly what I said.
Yes, the
Lost
lesson you
in
said that I
translation?
must realize that where I am is where my home is, and yet my heart and my family will always be back in Chult.
I think what Iskosa means is that while your home is in Schult, you're not alone when you're away from it right now. You don't have to stay with us. If once we manage to find a way to get you home, you're more than. But until then, you're safe with us. Well, as safe as we can be. Or you're not safe. Nope. No one's safe with us. Though we have a terrible track record of keeping people safe.
Yeah, like the gnome or other people.
I should leave.
No.
Oh, we had a mimic that was nice though. Their name was Trixie.
Fucking mimic.
I have a question if nobody else does.
Do you want us to leave?
No, it's okay. How do I find the new soul farrier?
Are you sure this is the question you ask me?
Well, apparently they're the one that knows where the door is, so yes.
Give me your hands. Again, he's rubbing his thumbs back and forth across your knuckles. You have met the Soul Farrier before.
The old one?
Where did you meet them? That pathway is always open to them. It is a manner of believing your intentions and lighting the way.
Something is telling me that also yelling out sail would probably help.
Sail here on aristocracy sand.
Yep. None of that peasant sand.
They're still
What's the
legend has it they're
difference? I
still
mean, it's
picking it
just-
out of their mother's yard.
I don't understand. It's just sand, right? I mean, isn't all sand for everybody?
You would think so.
In the distance, you hear a loud sneeze echo across the horizon.
Please the sneeze.
Get out.
Mhm. Okay, goodbye. You can't see me now.
Oh, where did Maggie
I'm
go?
gone.
Oh no, Maggie's gone.
There's Maggie.
What
No, wait, they're gone
Oh,
again.
how-
Ah!
No. Ah.
Does that help, Eli?
Go stick my head in the mist and yell for the soul farrier. Got it.
Not exactly what I said, but sure.
That's how I found them the last time.
It was a little different.
That's not exactly how
I
you found
followed
him.
the purple light.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you did the first time.
Yeah. But that was in the mist.
Purple light. So Athelstan, but bright. Got it.
Hey.
You don't know what purple
The-
is.
The last one carried a lantern with purple fire in it. And the fire kept the mists at bay.
Give me a focus roll, Keeley.
Oh, I guess. Okay, let's see. 4.
Seem to recall there was another something or other that could do that as well with similar lights, but it's escaping your memory. It's also escaping the player's memory. Perfect.
Calypso.
Well, yeah. Well, I was thinking
Yeah.
about the boat.
and the
And-
carnival.
Well, yeah, and the lights around the dock.
The talismans.
Yeah.
The talismans are a little bit more of like a
Mobile.
like a punch ticket for a certain destination.
For a certain place, yeah. But the boat could go wherever, as long as there was water.
Yeah.
And
Right.
And a talisman.
Now I'm imagining if there's a Dark Lord that has free reign to enter any domain.
Because the domain is
Except
the
they
boat.
have a terrible sense of direction, so they're constantly lost in the mist.
That's just Zoro from One Piece.
Recalculating. That just sounds like Elise. Recalculating. Siri, take the wheel.
God. You'll end up on a train track somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure Lightning Rail 11337 will pick you up.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how the
Doesn't
entire
make fun of.
domain. That's how that Dark Lord resets their domain. They get hit by the train, and then they have to restart in the mist.
Oh
Just Groundhog
god.
Day.
Oh no. I was in a game of I almost said Red Dead Redemption. I was in a game of oh gods, I can't remember the name of the game. Never mind.
Okay.
The one we played with Ryan. Oh gods.
Mothership?
No.
Deadlands?
Deadlands, thank you. I was in an episode of Deadlands. I was in a one shot of Deadlands that was kind of like that. Anyway.
Do you know what you need to do, Hile? Or perhaps you wish to talk it out with your companions?
Said I need to find a reason to live.
Your own reason?
I have a reason. I would love to see my son.
I find the easiest reason to live is you don't want to die.
True.
True.
Allow me to ask you the question, Hile. If you did not have your son, what would be the point?
Oh gods, now you're speaking her language. Be careful.
It is a poignant question.
If I did not have my son back home, then I would be more than happy to return to the material plane and live out the rest of my days there.
You
Why?
said that with sarcasm.
Because I've never really lived. I was so young when I joined the army. And they sent us away right away. I spent my entire life taking orders from somebody else. I've been to the material plane before. I've seen what mortals are capable of. I would love to see more. No more. I would be fine being one of them. I can't do that here.
You could.
You might not
here,
look so well,
here?
but you can.
Like
Like-
here as in where we in Brükensheer or here as in the domains?
Yes.
Yes.
In our lives, essentially.
Okay, sorry, I just wanted to clarify.
That's okay, don't be sorry, you're fine.
You have the right thoughts, Eli. It's the timeline that's the problem.
Timeline.
I can't answer your question.
The sacred timeline.
Right. For I didn't know that time in the domains is screwy. Oh shit, Kira, you haven't been born yet.
Oh my god.
somehow you are the oldest one here, while also being the youngest.
Baby.
Actually, I feel like that's true in general. Don't you guys not really age?
We do, just very slowly. And my kin can't be well, they can be slain, but they don't die.
If you think about it, nobody in the domains kind of dies, maybe, we think, because they get recycled. Probably, unless they don't.
Well, that just
It's
depends
true.
on what you believe in. Or what you know, I guess.
Sometimes I feel like I don't know anything at all, especially after these conversations.
Yep. Have some tea, Atlas.
Congratulations,
Tea.
Atlas. You have finally understood what it is to be me.
You want some tea too, Razira?
No, thank you.
Okay.
You might not
Well,
have much, but
well.
I've been told caffeine is not good for me.
Cat
I don't want to
fiend.
be peeling you off of the ceiling.
She's not a
Even in this-
neurotypical.
Even in this form.
She would just be sleepy.
You would be barely functioning
You would be asleep.
as I sit here with my giant fucking Coke.
Yeah.
Because it's the nighttime. That's when you have a delicious beverage of.
Everybody else in this house
caffeination.
has stopped having caffeine before like 6 o'clock, and like I'm drinking caffeine stuff until 1 in the morning.
You also don't sleep well, so
So you
That's
don't
true.
sleep.
there may be a comparison
There
there.
may be
Anyway,
There may be a
There's
bit of
not.
yeah.
I'm an insomniac. That kind of
Like,
happens.
the caffeine doesn't really do anything.
It's like whether I drink caffeine or not, I'm still an insomniac, so it doesn't really matter.
we're not having a science
Yeah.
lesson.
But I don't understand what you mean by timeline. I don't know where to look for that. I know time is strange here. It always has been.
He just sort of smiles pointedly at you.
We have to fix time.
We have to go back and kick time's ass.
I'm all
Oh,
out of
good. We are
time.
getting the Captain America arc we've always wanted.
Well, you've got a Bucky
have-
already, so I gotta follow through.
Did you just say you got a Bucky already?
Yeah.
Oh, we do?
Oh, that's what happened to the rest of my arm.
I mean, it's kind of twofold. It's like a two-person making one Bucky.
Yeah.
Like one no arm, one no memories. We're good.
I mean, there are a lot. I'm coming to find that most of my life is
It's a
manufactured.
lie.
Everything's a lie. Everything's a lie. I
The
thought my
cake
first
is a
word was.
lie.
I thought my first word was Daisy
Aslan is
in
Hydra.
Celestial.
Mm.
Fucking fascist.
So all we gotta do is figure out that time is a circle and then we can fix it?
Eats the circle.
I think I
It's
love
like-
how Atlas just actually said that.
Eats the circle because it's
I
like a
eat-
donut if it's like a circle.
Or
I
a
eat
cookie.
If you think
circle.
about it, time is
Or
a
a
donut.
cookie.
Or a coffee
Yes,
shop.
Ghost, is there anything we can do to help you?
No.
You're stuck here just the way we are.
Technically, I'm not stuck.
I was gonna
Here.
say
I'm
he
stuck
knows.
here.
What?
Again,
not-
you're still
he's-
stuck.
He knows his lesson. He's just not ready for it yet.
Oh, he's like a butterfly
Must be
before
one
they're
hell
a
of a lesson
butterfly.
then.
That or they just
he
don't.
has decision
That or
paralysis.
they just don't want to run into Aslan outside of the domains again. From what
There
I've
is a
heard, they-
measure of safety here, that is correct.
We build our own prisons.
We do.
Breeze, what about you? You've been quiet. Except for when you told us that your parents are lizards.
And they were your pets.
Mm-hmm. It's a little strange relationship. Like, you have to go to bed.
Lick their own eyeball.
Yeah.
I have to take off my masks and let people see the real me.
Hate to say it, but that doesn't surprise me.
I didn't realize you were wearing a mask.
Takes mask
It's
off.
like
Is actually a
figurative
broom.
thing.
3
It's
kobolds.
3 kobolds in a trench coat.
Yeah, my mouth, Rob. You got me. It's a metaphor, Berzira. It's an
Yeah.
imaginary mask.
So, I got an idea. Okay, I
Although-
need you to look at me, Breeze. Okay, I'm going to employ a technique that I learned at the carnival. Okay, repeat after me.
Repeat after me. Oh,
His whole face comes off.
It
Nicolas
was a bit of
Cage.
therapy miming to kind of warm you up, kind of break the tension.
Okay.
Yeah, therapy mime school.
But I thought you failed. Out on
I
that.
did fail, but this was like a warm-up exercise to help you
Oh,
succeed.
okay.
Because through my failures, you can succeed or something deep like that.
Mm. So, like, I have an idea on how to do that, but I don't know how to do that.
You want to tell us your idea and then we could help?
Like, I mean, sorry, I just saw Artemis comment in chat and it made me laugh.
I need Art of Breeze sitting with 2 lizards perched on their head with speech bubbles telling Breeze to brush their teeth.
Visibly resisting.
So my idea was like just sort of start at the beginning and tell my story, but that's like I kind of did that a little bit
When?
long time ago.
Do it again, do it again, do it again.
No.
Encore.
Breeze, even when I asked you, I remember that conversation, and I'm surprised that you remember it. I asked you who you were, and you told me a poet, a child.
I also told people about why I had to leave Carticus.
Cartacus. Yes, and that's aside from just living with you day to day. Like, that's all we know. Aside from the things that have happened to you while with us. I'm not saying that you keep your cards close to your chest. I think that's something that I can relate to anyway, but
Because the before doesn't matter. What matters is now.
The before is what made you who you are. Of course it matters.
Athelstan is having his own existential crisis over in the corner. At least you have it.
I don't have the last 50 years, or a decent portion of it.
Keela just leaves the room.
I know. And if I could, I would spend the rest of my life trying to fix that, or trying to make sure that you don't have to be held back by that. I would spend the rest of my life trying to help you heal if I could. I'd do the same. For Atlas. For Azira. Eli. You're not a prisoner. I would give the rest of my left arm to have that, to remember, to have all of that lost time. But you always just seemed like you wanted to forget it, and I never questioned it. Because I'm trying to respect your wishes. But not if it's hurting you.
I think it doesn't. I just doesn't really matter. My life like completely restarted when I left Amherst.
And that's okay. If you want it to be that way.
I mean, I don't really care now. It's been a long time.
Then why are you still here?
Because Mr. Van Richten started me on a quest, and we've still been going on it.
You're a very good actor, Breeze. You obfuscate. You dodge, you weave.
Bless you.
Godzilla,
Stop it.
Sorry.
Atlas.
Bless you, Godzilla, Atlas. Stop it.
You'll hide behind the jokes. But that's not my place. I think you matter. Maybe it's not your past that's your lesson then.
Then what is?
What do
You have a
want?
question you wish to ask me, Breeze?
I thought you left, but okay.
No, he's been here the whole time.
He's everywhere!
He never left. He's been here the whole time.
You said he was leaving.
He was joking. He didn't
He's
actually
like,
get up and go.
she's like, should I leave? We're like, no.
What about myself do I need to open up about?
Are you sure this is the question you wish to ask me?
Yes.
Takes your hands, starts rubbing your knuckles again back and forth. It is okay not to be okay. Putting a brave face on only hurts yourself in the long run, especially when you have others to lean on, who have leaned on you more times than can be counted. You would never ask them to keep it to themselves if it was truly hurting them. Yet you keep everything contained in a neat little box to unwrap when you are alone, when you are your most vulnerable. What you went through is not something most people will come back from. But you did. By putting on a brave face, you have not accepted it, you've not grieved it. You've just packed it away. Even when there are people around you who are affected by it. Your lackadaisical attitude towards it has made them think that perhaps it wasn't as bad, therefore they beat themselves up, or beating themselves up. It is a vicious cycle, it keeps going, and again, a feedback loop of I feel bad, but they don't feel bad, so I feel bad about feeling bad. You have to process. You cannot just pack away.
Then I need it all back. Not just the bits and pieces that I've uncovered from reading this.
You have more back than you have ever admitted to anyone here. Correct?
Yeah?
Why not?
Because it's mine. It's mine to bear. And
Why?
I know that's the lesson.
My work here is done.
So, you need to take off brave face, put on breeze face.
Again, Razira with the wisdom.
Isn't your wisdom like 6?
I don't know what that means.
Actually, her wisdom is 14, but
Oh,
She has a
shit.
she
Wise,
has a habit.
not smart.
She has a habit of being witty.
6
and
is an
wise.
integer. It's like that means it's a whole number. I
actually,
don't
no,
know
her,
any more facts about 6. It is afraid of 7 though.
Actually,
You
no,
want to
her,
know why, Hisoka?
Athelstan leans dangerously close to Atlas's face.
Say it.
Because
Oh,
7, 8,
gee.
9.
I already knew the answer. I am literally a seer. I see these things. I know these things. I knew the answer. You did not have to tell me.
Therefore, it is funnier when a joke is explained. We're getting off course here.
I still don't get it, but then again, I am not one for numbers.
It's not so much the numbers. It's that 8 in the number 8, but never mind.
So you know how you can eat, and the past tense of that would be ate, but then we talk about hitting somebody 8 times?
You're doing it right now, Breeze.
I know.
It's funnier.
Just picture Razira going wall-eyed while you're explaining this.
She just turned on the music in her brain. She's like, I have no idea what's going on in here. I'm just going to listen to music.
Just elevator music.
Ba ba ba. Ba ba ba. Da da. Ba ba ba.
I think in Razira's head he's actually playing wonderful music and Foley from Monument Studios.
Not like, I don't want the world to see me.
Ay.
No, that's what is playing in Breeze's head. Is don't want the world to see me.
Yes.
No, it's probably playing that one song from Louis Armstrong, "What a Wonderful World."
Good song.
No.
But only in the context of Bowling for Columbine.
Yikes.
I'm not wrong.
When will it be good enough? When will it be the right time?
I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
Why do you have to bear it alone?
I guess I don't. But I don't know, deep rooted stuff from back home, you bear your own stuff.
Is that really why you left?
Well, I left because
Breeze.
the reason, no, I left for the reason I told you guys. I wrote something that was supposed to stay private. Somebody found it, distributed it. Something bad about the Meister singer. Basically outing in satire, in things, all of his proclivities and some of his secrets, and he was coming
He's
to
the
arrest
reason.
me. I found out. He's the reason I left. Well, that's the reason I left. That's the reason I was running.
The things you learned from home.
Are they
Bear
even
your
still the
own
Meister
burdens.
singer?
Yeah,
Is he still alive?
I don't know. We didn't stop there.
But no, the things that you learned, the way you were raised.
Breeze. When you bury stuff, you leave it behind. You don't carry it on your back. Now you're just carrying around things on your back along with a load of dirt.
That's why I got a bag of holding so I can carry a lot.
No, you're not supposed to make jokes right now. Remember, that was just what was said.
I mean, I know a guy who has a jar of dirt, but it doesn't matter either way.
Yeah, but the guy keeps a heart in that one.
Why can't you see? All of the care and the love that we all just want to give to you. That you're worth that.
Sorry, can you say that again? You cut.
That you're worth it. Why can't you see all the love and care that we want to give to you because you're worth it?
I don't know, maybe I don't think I deserve it. And I don't know why I think that.
Atlas,
Because I know you all and, well, not Razira, but, and everybody else made it like their goal in life to find me. Took 50 years for me, but it was only a few weeks for you guys. And that 50 years was just daily, over and over and over. Groundhog Day. Same thing every day. Drained and refilled. Drained and refilled. Experiments. Torture.
May I ask you a question, Breeze?
Yes.
Did you blame Eli? Or Athelstan? Or any of them?
Are you sure this is the question you wish to ask?
It is. These are painful truths that everyone must confront. And if you were mad, they deserve to know why you were mad.
I blamed myself. When Athelstan flew me to the edge of the forest, I took out my Cartacus talisman and was rubbing it, thinking of home. My head got foggy, and then a doctor was there asking if I wanted help.
And did you blame anyone else? Even in a moment?
Just me, only ever me. Because I was the one that chose to go with him.
At this, he looks pointedly at Eli.
Eli's just got like a cup of coffee and she's just like,
And then at Athelstan.
why did you leave? I don't know that you ever told me.
Why did I leave?
In that
What?
moment. Well, in that moment, why did you leave then?
I mean, I was scared. I just wanted out. I mean, yes, it was you I was scared of, but like, I didn't leave because of you. I was scared to a point of not being able to think straight. He said he could help me. Said he was a doctor. he helped me for a bit. He got me out of the frightened trance or whatever it was I was in, and then put me in a new one.
I ran too when I was scared. I don't hold that against you.
May I ask you all a question? Do you see how your lessons are interwoven into the very fabric of who you are as people, of who you are as a group?
I think I'm starting to.
Do you see now why you would not be able to tackle your lesson alone?
Mhm.
That is the curse of the domains. Everyone thinks they are alone in their own battles. They may be strong, but you are stronger with those that you live your life with. Another pointed look at Kili. I am not saying you need to collect everyone that you have ever come in contact with to find your freedom, but understanding that your lesson is not an individual thing, that you need to lean on others, to find those that support you and will help you learn and grow. That is the lesson. Whether it is Atlas's ability to take up more space, or Razir's ability to realize that, hey, you know, these people aren't so bad, except they kind of suck sometimes. For
Only
Athelstan
sometimes?
to understand that not all love is the same, and that some of it needs to be let go. For Kili to understand that life is to be lived as it is being lived, not in the future. And for Breeze, realize that they are not alone either. That the weight that they carry in their heart and their soul is not their own burden to bear. All of these lessons take the presence of someone else, some others, to be there so you can learn it and live it. Do you all understand now?
Yes.
Yes.
I cannot answer any more questions today. Just know that what you do in the next 20 hours, 24 hours, will be critical.
I feel like that's a really ominous statement, Ahsoka.
You're welcome, because it is.
Oh no. I've already had one existential crisis today.
Is that why my hair is standing on end?
No, that's just because you did a really bad hack job.
I tried to smooth Athelstan's hair down too.
I'm just
By the
kidding,
way-
Athelstan.
By the way, Atlas,
Yeah.
When we get out of here, we need to put down Breeze in front of one of those therapy mime dudes.
We can totally arrange that if the carnival has not been destroyed from being in Darkon.
I think you all need to sit in front of a therapy mime.
I mean, again, I did fail the course, the entry course, but I could do a little bit of therapy miming in the next 24 hours because Hisoka ominously said the next 24 hours matters. So part of me taking up space could be doing something I was told I would never succeed in, but I was told that in mime, which is it's a very intricate gesture.
Is it just the middle finger?
Yes.
That's what I was thinking too.
It
How did you
literally
know?
is. How did you guys know?
Because that's
Lucky
my
guess.
therapy.
Yes, so for the next 24 hours, I guess we have to learn our lessons and not die. I feel like not dying is a part of this for some reason.
I feel like that's a very big part of life is not dying.
Maybe that's part of Keelai's lesson is learning how to not die. If Keelai has to learn how to live in the moment. So you're right, this is part of the lesson.
Kira just needs to stop worrying so much and just take things as they come.
So probably thinking about death would not help with the anxiety thing, would it, actually? Oops.
Hey,
No.
by the way, you're gonna die someday. It's gonna be someday. There's not an expiration date. It's just gonna happen. So until then, you're gonna die.
Not me, though. I'm built different. Out of course, you're built different.
I misspoke.
in
Athelstan, you have a question still.
I don't know how to ask it.
How lucky
Usually-
that you have a group here who could help
I don't
you
know how
work
to
it out.
begin.
Okay,
You usually begin at the beginning, and when asking a question, you say what's in your head.
And finish with a question mark.
here, Athelstan, I'll hold your hand like Keelai held my hand.
This group is full of smartasses.
I'm helping, though, I think. Keelai's hand holding helped me.
Athelstan like looks over his ghost and he's like, the tree's starting to sound very nice right now.
Don't be like that, or your lesson is going to be like Kilai's.
I know. At least I'm not saying that I'm not comparing. It's not a contest or anything like that, Keelai. I just feel if that was my lesson, I feel like I would kind of know where I was going. Because this one sucks.
It
Welcome
wouldn't be a
to
lesson
real
if
life.
It didn't.
I think that's the point that our lessons are like learning to
Hard to
overcome
learn.
our own miniature hells
Okay.
in a way. You know, if you really think about it. Because
Kira,
this is like a purgatory, and if we don't overcome it, we're going to end up worse off overall.
Kira, they grow up so fast, don't they? Less than an hour ago, he hit puberty. Now he's hit adulthood.
Very good, Atlas. Have a cookie.
Eats it like a horse.
Even though your mouth has always been human, but okay. Okay.
He's talking about his appetite.
Yes.
No, he was talking literally,
Talking about
obviously.
eating.
But no, I think that like if we were to be able to face each other's battles, they wouldn't nearly be as poignant because what hurts the other person might not hurt us as much. But that's why we're together. That's what Azoka's saying. Our strengths and our weaknesses compensate for each other. It's like we're a party.
Like a relationship is meant to be a give and give kind of thing, not a take and give or give and take.
Or take and take, as you're finding out. I hug Athelstan from the hand holding, now I'm hugging him. What's your question, buddy?
Or at least, what are the ruminating thoughts?
I can try to help you word it.
I'm meant to let it go. I have to accept it. That I'm supposed to be better off without her.
As somebody who has been down that road, I understand. It's hard. I had to let go of someone that I loved very much. She was terrible for me. Much the same with you.
I never thought she was terrible. It's
I
just
didn't think Rika was either at the time. It wasn't until I got out of that situation.
What do they call this? Stockholm syndrome.
It's a place in Barovia.
Only kidnap victims. That's it.
Run by a name named Stockholm.
Yeah. But they're all dark romance readers, so it's totally okay.
Consensual non-consent.
Mm-hmm.
I was under the impression that I spent my entire life with her, growing with her. And yeah, her being there helped shape who I am and what I am, and
But now you get to shape yourself. And you have all of us. You know, relationships aren't meant to last forever. My mom said that our hearts don't beat in time. And we have to treasure what time we do have together. And it's okay if, a relationship ends. You can miss what you had with the other person, even if you don't accept all that they did to you.
it
That's
wasn't
what she
enough.
told me.
She wanted more. More than I could give.
But you're enough, Athelstan. You're enough.
Then why does it feel so bad?
Because you loved her.
Because
I
you
did.
lived 27 years. 28 years? How old are you now? A million?
I don't fucking know.
You lived all of that life.
I was 26 years old when we were in the CSROs. I was 26. Had my
Hey,
birthday somewhere
Athelstan.
after that.
I hold his face. You're enough.
It's very wet.
Yeah, it is. It's very sticky. You're enough. And I'm glad that you're my friend. And even if you aren't my friend one day, I'm happy that we have this time together now. And I want you to know that in this moment, you're everything to me, bro. And he hugs him.
I hug him back. Oh no.
You're everything to me, man.
You're my fucking best friend, you asshole. You fucking.
Everybody get in on this.
Oh
It's over to
no.
me. It's over to
Cinnamon
me.
roll.
Oh no.
Okay, great. Now I'm thinking of somehow ReZero's the last one, and it's like that scene in Mulan.
Pile driver!
No, where the really big dude just picks the entire group up.
Yeah. I know, I was just making a
Oh,
note.
yeah.
Gem
Yeah.
pull.
Slayer of Dragons.
Oh, yeah. Every dragon.
every dragon-shaped thing except dragons, apparently.
Well, out of character, we did meet that party, and he did leave graffiti that he and shout about that he was Poe, Slayer of all dragons.
Yes.
Now I'm
So, canon.
imagining him somehow at the bottom of the sea fighting sea dragons, the tiny little ass things.
He gets sea monkeys out of a catalog and fights those because they're also called sea dragons. Anyway.
Yeah, we're group hugging. We are the blob. It's very sticky and wet because we're all crying, I assume, at this point.
Why are your tears sticky?
I don't know. Aren't everybody's tears kind of sticky?
No.
Aren't they salty and dry, and then your face is sticky afterwards?
It feels tacky, but
You're-
not like
yeah.
sticky.
Well, sticky,
Not like-
tacky, that's the
Sticky,
same
tacky.
thing.
No, sticky and tacky are two very different things. They're different levels of like adhesive.
There is
sorry,
still
I'm
an
autistic.
adhesion.
I'm autistic.
I
Icky
know.
Makes me feel the ick.
I don't like sticky either. I understand. But it still has that resistance when you're pulling away. So there is some adhesion, therefore it is sticky.
Why are our faces tacky and wet all together? I can't tell whose tears these are.
I believe the answer is yes.
I don't know who I want to be now.
You just
People-
like
I don't know
reach
who
out
I
and
should
grab
be.
Hiscosa so he's in on it too.
Ah.
Laura, I know you fell down earlier, but if you can make it down here for like 1 minute.
People's faces are tacky? That's not nice to say.
No!
What about Ethelstan's mom?
She was asleep when you went downstairs.
Okay,
Well,
so
and,
I
like-
guess you're just gonna be in this then.
Atlas, it's not nice calling people's faces tacky.
I know, but I was told not to call them sticky. What about
I don't
not
know what I'm supposed to ask. I don't know what would help me right now. I know that you're all here. I'm very aware that I can lean on all of you. Whether or not you think that you can lean on me. And he looks over at Breeze.
Razira goes to the kitchen real quick, and for some reason, this is in her head to do this because, Brükensheer. She just literally grabs a tub of ice cream from the freezer and throws it at Athelstan.
It's creamed
Eat your
ice.
feelings.
Creamed ice. Same difference in this case.
Thank you. I have a new love of my life, and their name is Ben and Jerry.
No, it's Jen and Barry.
Jen and Barry. Sorry, it's the dyslexia in this human body. It's awful. He's just like,
yeah, I mean you only have 2 eyes now, so I assume it's a lot harder.
it's
to
awful.
Yeah, like
It's awful.
I'm hearing so differently without like.
When we woke up that day, everything was different. I only had 2 arms. I only had 2 eyes. And he scratches at his neck again. And it was gone. The very last thing that I had
Oh,
that held me to her, that kept her with me.
have you considered?
And my heart is alone.
No, Athelstan. You can be. Sometimes losing something is scary because like you're also lighter and freer in a way. And being free and floating can also feel like the dread of falling.
It feels raw. It feels
Does
like
the ice
something
cream
should
help?
be there. It's pretty good. I used to not really like sweets, but I guess humans like sweets. It's kind of triggering that feeling you get in that one part of your brain.
I don't know parts of my brain.
I think they call that brain freeze.
Oh.
Talking about the collar.
We should make friendship bracelets. I learned
my
how to make
orb.
them at the carnival.
I don't have the orb. I don't know what I'm gonna be when we get back.
You're going to be purple.
Thank
With lots of
fucking gods
eyes.
for that. I am so tired of being pasty white man.
With lots of eyes and wings and the ability to turn into a dragon.
We wear a Poe, as we said. Hey, Ahsoka, do you know if Moira would have stuff to make friendship bracelets within the next 24 hours? We could do that as part of our task.
What do I ask you?
You
Viscosa.
already asked me a question, Atlas.
Okay, I'll go find Moira, but she really didn't sound like she wanted to be bothered after we heard that big crash. I'm gonna go up the stairs.
Okay.
Hey, Moira, do you have stuff for friendship bracelets like string?
Moria
Moria?
just kind of blinks at you like you are insane.
We have to make the most of our next 24 hours to prove we learned a lesson, and I think this proves we learned a lesson.
Friendship bracelet?
Yeah, we just need like string, or like yarn. Just like beads, anything.
Do I look like a crafter to you?
Yeah, I think most people have like some kind of craft that they like.
I'm also not a people.
I think most entities have some sort of craft that they like.
I'm not
I think
technically an entity either.
I think most.
I think the craft she prefers is craft beer.
Well, we don't have enough time to set up a proper fermentation.
What about craft dinner?
We do have like 20 minutes. If you do have a box of craft dinner, we could make that as a group.
I'm sure there are noodles in the kitchen.
But I would prefer. Okay.
Do you have fake cheese?
As opposed, what? Fake cheese? Like halloumi?
It's like a powder.
That sounds disgusting.
It's a common item where we're from. It's powdered cheese.
I say I fucking love craft dinner, so it's not me.
Athelstan,
very, very orange, and will stain your teeth and taste like the most acrid thing imaginable, but it's delicious.
Athelstan ducks under the table and then comes back up with like 3 kittens. And continues to spoon ice cream into his mouth.
There are
the kitten's trying to eat the ice cream.
Noodles in the kitchen, and I'm sure I can find you some string. Or you can check the garden shed. There should be some twine in there.
I'm gonna go. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go to the garden shed.
I'm gonna go with you because I don't want any of us going outside alone.
Okay.
Okay. So
make sure Atlas doesn't light his hat on fire.
Promise.
You and Keli head outside. The backyard is not huge, but it's big enough for like a medium-sized dog could run around in it and still have a run.
Athelstan has been back there at most points manicuring that fucking thing because nope, fucking grass, more flowers.
Did somebody say medium-sized dog?
Yeah, like a ginger. Maybe smaller than Ginger.
Oh, a dinder.
There's a shed in the back corner. There's no lock or anything on it. There's one big tree in the other corner. It's like a big oak tree.
It got trimmed recently.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Arbory.
Got it.
That's the one thing he remembers.
So, like, it's very manicured back here, but it's, like, extra. They head to the shed.
It's like he has a problem.
Everybody can give me a survey roll. Or, sorry, Atlas and Keli, and anybody else who's going outside.
Oh no, my dice are in the other. Hold on, I gotta get up. I didn't put them near me.
If everyone's going outside, I guess we all have to go outside.
Only
Are
two
you all
people are
going outside?
No,
I wasn't going outside.
no.
Okay. So then just whoever's going outside.
Trailer Park Boys
gonna
go
eat
around
some
the
ice cream.
outside.
Athelstan holds it. Athelstan jokingly holds it against his chest, but then spoons you out the bowl. He hands you a spoon. He hands you the spoon.
There's no bowls in this instance. Jen and
Straight out
Barry's
of it.
twice baked ice cream is eaten directly from the carton, as the gods intended.
Twice
Did you get
ice cream?
That's the joke, because Ben and Jerry's half baked.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've
Twice
never
baked.
heard of that one.
Or
Okay.
fully baked.
Yeah, it's fucking delicious.
I got a 5 on the survey roll.
Okay, you're going outside as well.
Yep.
Eli got a 5. Atlas.
I'm rolling right now.
Rolling.
I got a 3 as my highest.
3. Okay. So Atlas, you have one mission, that is to look in the shed for twine. Surely there will be some, because Moria said so, therefore it must be true. Eli and Razira, as you're stepping outside into the backyard, you get that sort of inky feeling down your back of being watched. And it's not from Athelstan and Breeze kind of like watching you from the kitchen. It's fire. And you kind of glance around and you see the oak tree. And on the lower branches, you see just a line of ravens. On every single branch, side by side by side by side. They fill the entire thing, almost looking like leaves. You have these green oak leaves. And then in between them, there's all the black. And the little yellow beaks.
Not the croaches, right? Not like the
actual ravens. With like the little frilly and like the... actual ravens.
That's not ominous.
And they're all just watching you as you move across the backyard.
Breeze?
Yeah?
I knew I cared about you the first time I held you in my arms. On that balcony. At first I thought it was just in a lustful way. Because that's how it usually was.
Well, I've tried not to let myself think too much about any of that, because you've always been Mina. And I wouldn't just be somebody's one person. I'd be their side person.
You see now that even if she didn't participate, anyone that I was with, she took from too. I don't know how I didn't understand it like that, but maybe that was for the better. As if she really took from me. I don't want that to happen to you.
And I think that's part of the reason I didn't end up taking her up on her offer to get that power, because she took. And didn't give a reciprocal amount. Small amount of power, big ask. Like back home, you got to cast what, 2 spells? And then you had to take a nap? I get to cast 15 spells.
So she was holding me back.
Maybe. Depends on maybe what your dad intended. Or what your father intended. So I wouldn't say dad. For you to be able to do.
I don't care about what he wanted me to do. Be able to do.
Good.
And he spears the spoon into the ice cream. Because at this point in my life, I do what I want.
Good.
It'll take time, but I'll get over it. But I just wanted to say that. Because I didn't know, as Iscosa said, you remembered more than you let on, and I didn't know if you... I don't know.
As I said, I remember bits and pieces. I remember the first time you gave me chocolate.
Yeah.
I remember some of our conversations, some of our things, but
I wrote you something, and I hate that I can't remember it.
you see Breeze's hands start tapping as if notes.
Both of you can give me a focus roll and use a drive each.
What's my focus? 1.
Ooh.
6.
Where's my gilded die? Where's my dick dice?
Where's my dick?
That's
my
a
dick?
6! It's right there!
Nice. So you're both sort of...
On the gilded die, I get a drive back.
Yeah, you do. As you're both standing there kind of working through the pint of ice cream, creamed ice, and Breeze starts tapping their fingers with the rhythm. Then the humming starts. The words are right there on the tip of your tongues. They're so close you could almost touch them.
There were never any words. It was just a violin piece.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Maybe. Oh no! Oh no! Even I forgot! I have it. I could grab it. Let me see. Nope, that's Fixia's. Oh
the tune starts, and it's just a couple notes, just the bridge, but it's enough. It's just that one little spot of connection and brightness. Song that you wrote, and you've written lots of songs, written down music, and constantly had pen to scale paper. This was more meaningful, even more so than the essentially hymns that you wrote for Mina. This was something that spoke of a deeper connection. And, well, it didn't have words exactly. You still feel like there were words. At some point, there were words that went with the tune. But they escape you. Maybe you didn't write them down at all, but they were there, in between the notes and the chords, somewhere in the rhythm or the cadence of the notes. Things you felt, things you would say were portrayed.
Holy shit.
What?
Fuck, I think I loved you.
You think?
I think I...
Did you forget?
It feels like I did. In a way I didn't know I could. It never had to be anything. Fuck, I would make a fool out of myself for you. I did many times. Yeah. You don't have to do anything with that, Breeze. You're not obligated or by your... You don't... I don't want to influence you or make you feel uncomfortable or anything like that, or... But I feel like right just then I remembering a part of that tune.
Well,
And I wish I'd known you sooner.
I might in time, but you're getting over a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be, I don't know, filling the void just to be a person for you to have because you don't know how to be your own. Because you really haven't, from what you've told me, ever been on your own. You've always had Mina.
In a way. Yeah. But even when she was there, even after she was gone, I don't think that you had anything to do with the hole that she left. I think I'd be content just to sit beside you.
Then let's do that.
Well, now give me back the damn spoon. It's my turn.
You stabbed the ice cream.
Oh, I forgot. I picked the kitten up out of it. That was awkward. Hi, I'm Athelstan. I am usually purple. I think I can play the violin and the cello and a few other instruments, and I really like plants.
Oh, we're doing the reintroduce thing. Okay.
Sure.
I'm Breeze. I like to write stories, poetry. Usually a lot more furry. And have antlers.
And a tail.
Just a little one.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, Breeze.
You as well, Athelstan.
No.
Or is it apple stand?
I forgot about that.
I was the one that lost the memory.
No, no. I mean, it just conjures up a feeling of loving irritation. They're taking forever, and he knocks on the window.
Both of you can give me a survey roll as well.
Survey, one gilded.
It's not that far to the shed, but Razira,
6.
Eli, what are you doing now that you have that information that I gave you?
Keli just like looks at the crows that are sitting in this tree and says, "If you're not here to be my ride home, go away. We have other things to do."
I mean, technically they're ravens.
Whatever.
Don't be racist.
Ravists.
Ravists.
Ravists?
Raving. Apiariist.
Apiariist. I like that.
Bees.
What do they do?
Bees?
I thought we were talking about apiaries.
Oh, right.
Yeah, aviaries is for birds.
I said aviary.
Birds and bees.
Literally. Anyway.
Athelstan's like knocking on the window. I got a 5.
You got a 5? Breeze got a 6?
Yeah.
6. On the gilded. So I get a draw.
So Keli and Razira, you are standing like in the middle of the yard. Keli, you looked at the oak tree, said, "If you're not my ride home, leave."
Yeah.
Razira, what are you doing?
Watching the birds, watching her, watching the birds.
Watching you, watching me.
He looks at me.
And I look at him.
And I look at him.
The ravens seem to respond, but not in the way of following your order. They all sort of flutter and roost.
They flip you the bird.
A couple of them like do the little bird cleany thing into like their chest under their wing, and then they all look back at you kind of simultaneously. It's like when you catch somebody staring and they quickly make themselves look busy, and then they look back at you to see if you're still looking at them looking at you. But they all do it at once.
You got this, Travis. Make them wait for it. Boom.
Atlas, it's time to go.
Okay,
know-
I think I found the string.
You did find string.
Unless I didn't.
You found some string.
I found the string. Okay, let's go back in.
Actually,
staring at
give me a survey roll. We'll see if you found string.
I did do the survey. Okay, is this a different survey
this-
roll?
This is a different survey.
This
The
is a
other
string
survey was to see if there were ravens.
Okay, so if I want to use a drive, that's a different color.
Yeah.
No, you can use your survey roll. You use a drive. It's the same color. If you
I just
have
get
a
an extra-
gilded die, one of those that you roll will be the different color. But if you don't
I
have
don't
a
have the
gilded,
gilded die. I just want to
No.
use a drive.
yep,
So I
then
just
use
get
a
an
drive.
extra die.
Mhm.
I got a 6.
6? Okay. Yeah, you find string. It's the sort of string that you would get when tying like a sapling to a stick to make sure it stays straight.
Ooh, scratchy.
It's scratchy. It's not like jewelry or crafting quality,
It's
but
jute.
the dark power that is currently residing with you is not a crafter.
You know, you would think because they're like a dark entity, they would be crafty though, if you really think about it.
Stop trying to push crafts on this poor
No.
Excuse you.
entity.
My dad worked for a craft store. It's my agenda to push crafts as well as be gay. That's my other agenda.
I was gonna say
Be gay, do
your gay
crafts.
agenda. Be gay, do
Part of
crafts.
the gay agenda is crafts. It's
I've
like
seen a
us
shirt
and,
that
like,
said that.
it's like little old ladies and us. We're that's our agenda. That's where we intersect.
Well, that's not
crafts.
very Chris Mahana Kwanzaa of you.
So I enter with the string, none the wiser of all the birds.
Yep. So Razira and Keli are watching the tree. I will say that you see them watching the tree, and they have that look on their faces, like, you know, the look of, we need to watch this or shit's gonna get real bad real fast, and we're not gonna be ready for it.
staring at people's rude, right?
Once again, they do that sort of like preening or like looking around or like chattering to each other, and then again, all is one, right back at you.
Still rude.
I just like
This
start
time they don't.
moving everybody towards the house again or towards the lighthouse again.
Okay.
Not taking my eyes off of them.
They don't take their eyes off of you either. It's like full watch as you cross the backyard into the back door.
I'll be watching
And
you.
Athelstan and Breeze, you see this as well. Like, you see these ravens, and there must be dozens, maybe even 100 of them, just watching in unison, like one entity.
I've seen that happen once or twice, but not here. That's hardly typical.
And it's usually not a good thing when birds behave the same.
Like a hive mind.
Are you thinking tentacle face?
Do not say that in front of Atlas, please. He's had enough existential crises today, but I was thinking more so they're a part of this place, so, like, there's a reason why we have about 24 hours to sort out our shit. Because I think we've outstayed our welcome.
Yeah. Maybe that's a question you can ask Viscosa
What?
about the birds. If we've overstayed our welcome, what happens if we don't figure out our shit in the next 24 hours?
Or I could ask, how do we figure out our shit in the next within the next 24 hours?
Or that.
Fiber.
Fiber.
We're just casually on top of the hyperbolic time chamber. No big deal.
Magnesium. Little milk of magnesia.
X-Lax.
You all make it inside
Oh.
and close the door behind you.
Oh, that's the wrong kind of chocolate.
As one,
Keeps
the
chocolate
ravens
in
take off
the medicine cabinet.
and head into the sky as like one big dark cloud.
I draw the curtains.
Well, I need to go find Moria, because I need to let her know about the murder in her backyard.
You
Yep.
killed somebody?
No.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. I think that's a good spot.
You killed somebody?
But also, yes.
No context. There's a murderer in your backyard. Alrighty. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Thank you so much, Kobold Curios, for the raid. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for the new follower you gave us. We appreciate you. We hope you join us next time for more emotional devastation and why D&D is also used as a therapy device.
What do you mean? We're gonna figure out our shit, and then we're gonna get sucked back into 5e.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a title for tonight.
Hey, guess what? I got a good advice for therapy for y'all.
Therapy mime.
Therapy mime.
I would say that's a good title for tonight. Emotional murder.
Emotional.
Go fuck yourself.
We can't do that one.
I don't think that'll get past the censors.
All right, we're gonna
Hey,
go
Mom!
raid.
Might not either.
I mean, I did
Yeah.
get boobs and bombs into a title, so you know,
Oh yeah.
Those are two things that censors hate.
boobs and bombs. Anyway,
Boobs, as long as they don't have nipples, it's fine.
we're gonna go raid DM Jeremy. They are playing Mothership. If you saw our Mothership game last year with GM Warden Ryan, this is a continuation or a second part of that. So yeah, go take a look, check it out, and we'll see you when we see you. Hopefully it'll be not this week, next week, or maybe the week after. I don't remember. Days are confusing, and it's cold in my
Should be
basement.
back next Monday.
Next
Fine.
Monday, possibly.
I just won't be there.
Maybe. I don't know. It depends.
How dare you?
Anyway, just watch our social media. We'll figure it out. Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay, bye.
Adios.